come in. So my colleague mentioned that there was another incident.
Well, can I ask who?
She's my second in command. She's my substitute. So everything we talk here, she can hear as well.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind.
Sorry? There's no?
Let me just get sat down. So, I only just came to your library, right?
Right.
And what happened with that incident? It's clear in my mind that was not an isolated incident because I've been here 2 days now.
Okay.
I have a massive legal case with Sky and Munich, and a massive legal case with SAP. Hundreds of thousands of euros, mobbing. It's now being held at the European Court. That scenario with security is not the first time that's happened where a security guard has opened the door and harassed me in the bathroom. In Stuttgart and in Munich. It's not the first time. Not in this library, which is a bizarre scenario to say, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I went directly from this library to that Starbucks over there. When I went to the bathroom, someone took a knife and sliced my jacket. They then went in my pocket and took the money out of my wallet. So I went to my consulate, which is just over there, and the lawyers is below, and I'm now exhausted, right?
I can understand that.
I had a white Samsung phone, which had a SIM card with all the evidence. I went to the bathroom again. Whilst I'm in the bathroom, someone opened my phone, took the battery and the SIM card out, and put it back. That's all in the space of 30 hours. Now I've literally just come from Munich, where I stayed in Meininger Hostel, where I was attacked in the bathroom by security. I came back from my doctor because I'm on stress medication, right? Blood smeared all over my bed. Got attacked by cleaning staff and security when my laptop bag was stolen and asked to leave. So that's why I came to Stuttgart, and I'm now going back north. But the Meininger, the toilet attacks, that's now been 7 times in 32 hours. That wasn't done by coincidence, and even walking to your office, the guy who did it is clocking me. So what I'm saying is because my court cases were so much money, when I went over to that Starbucks library, I was uploading some of my legal case evidence. That was done completely 1000% on purpose because they're trying to harass me to the point of just get out of Germany and I don't get my money back. So what I'm saying is, as bad as that was, he 1000% did it on purpose, and not only that, he knew what he was doing.
Okay, but
that takes it to a completely another level.
I
was clearly targeted then.
Yesterday when we talked and you described the behavior of the security guard, you might remember I was completely on your side, and I absolutely agreed with you that the behavior was absolutely...
The only thing I'm saying is, it's one thing to do that, that was premeditated. It was done on purpose because it's happened 7 times in 3 days in 2 cities. My jacket gets sliced, and it's always the same scenario.
As I said, the behavior of the security guard here, we don't have to discuss that.
But the thing is, it's
hard. But if there was another incident, let's say over there at the Starbucks or wherever you've been, I'm sorry to say, but those were isolated incidents.
Well, that's the whole point. You're really missing my point is, I am being targeted. So what I'm saying is, if that gentleman did, well, he did do what he did. Right? So
I know about that.
Right. But what I'm saying is, it's one thing to do an act like that. It's one thing to do it and be told to do it. Because this has happened too many times in such a short space of time over a large piece of money. So if someone does an action, it's one thing. If it's premeditated, that's something entirely different.
Yes, if it would be premeditated, then it's something different.
Right.
But I sincerely doubt that the incident over there at the mall or at the Starbucks has anything to do with the incident here.
So
anything.
If I've had the same thing happen in a library, so my European court case is in Strasbourg, right?
Sorry?
So because my lawyer in Hanover faked my signatures at the Munich Arbeitsgericht, and when I was in Portugal, my Commerce Bank account got closed, which is illegal.
Yeah.
So what happened was, that is now about 40th time I've been attacked by security, or not attacked, but harassed in a bathroom. Right. So what I'm saying is, I didn't say that when I told it to you, but the same thing happened in Strasbourg. The same thing happened in Munich. So
yeah, but what you're implying is that there is some kind of conspiracy of security guards all over Germany and Strasbourg as well.
What I would say is, look, I have a YouTube channel that would prove it. But my point is I gave him the benefit of the doubt for what he did.
Yeah.
But what has superseded that over the last so many times,
yeah.
I got followed by security in the Milano Starbucks with a guy with yellow. And so what I'm saying is, if you have the email for your boss, because I don't like using the word conspiracy because it tends to, the word conspiracy means it's not really happening, it might be.
I know what you mean,
right,
yeah.
Right.
It has some connotation people don't like.
But it has a connotation that it's not real.
Right, but what you're implying is that that the incidents here and in other libraries or in other institutions have to do with one another. And as I said, I sincerely doubt that.
But how would you doubt that if you've only just met me?
I can only speak for our security guards. And as I mentioned yesterday, yes, there were other incidents. There were people. They were not harassed, but they had problems with the security. If I may for a second, and my superiors always talked to them, but there never was any incident or any indication that they were working with some other group or other security guards.
I'm not some other person.
No.
I delivered $6 billion in IT. I'm one of the highest level IT managers in the world. I have a huge legal case, right? So I have not been beaten by German police. I've been, even in Luxembourg airport, the exact same thing happened in the bathroom. The exact same thing happened in Edelbrook. The exact same thing happened in Düsseldorf. So what they're trying to do is harass me, and we live in an age of technology, right?
Yeah.
It's not so difficult to coordinate if you wanted to. So when he did that, I then got stalked in the Hofbahnhof and stalked by security directly opposite in the Milano Mall. If I'm not doing anything wrong and I'm minding my own business, other than uploading evidence, right? And it's happened in so many places. I didn't say anything because if I'd initially told you that, you would have been like, what? I have been living this for 2 years. Now, if it comes out what's been going on with Sky and SAP, this is a global changer, right? So it's a little unusual for me to go to my lawyer and I'm in the bathroom again and the battery and the SIM card with my evidence on it gets taken out. Once, twice, 60, 70 times in more than one country, I'm sorry, sir, he knew exactly what he was doing.
I can only repeat it. I sincerely doubt it. I'm sorry that I must say that, but I sincerely doubt it. I doubt it for one reason, and unfortunately I must speak unofficially. But
unofficially, yeah.
Unofficially, but I sincerely doubt that any of our security guards even has the brain for such a conspiracy. Let's name it that way. I don't think that any one of them has.
My face is known because I have a YouTube channel that has all the evidence.
None of them. I'm really absolutely sure none of the people out there from the security guard ever watched your YouTube channel.
It's not that they watched it, sir, and what I'm about to say I don't mean in a demeaning way in any way possible, right? I really genuinely don't.
Yeah.
I delivered $6 billion of IT projects around the world.
Yeah.
If this story gets out, it would shock the world.
So why don't you let it get out?
Right, because I'm an IT manager who's delivered $6 billion, and what they do is, my Wi-Fi has been cut all over Germany, and I had a telecom expert say, they have your IP address, and they've obviously blocked, so it doesn't matter whether I'm in Cologne, Düsseldorf, Luxembourg, Strasbourg, if I try and use public Wi-Fi, I don't get it. it's on, and I have 5 devices, it's all blocked. So even if I am uploading a YouTube video, let's take my scenario out of it.
Yeah.
If you're at home, does it take you 1.5 hours to upload a 2-minute video?
I never uploaded a video, but I think it wouldn't
Probably
take that
wouldn't
long.
take that long,
I
right?
suppose that, no.
And I've had 14 terabytes of evidence stolen.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is if this did get out, they don't want it to get out. This is done just to show that they're actually harassing me. But what I would say is, even in the Frankfurt airport, when I tried to get to my consulate and my embassy,
Yeah.
the Frankfurt police went, is that it wasn't that laptop. Is that the laptop? Just took it. Nothing I can do. So I have over 200 to 300 police reports of similar scenarios to this. Now, I'm not saying he's Einstein, but we live in an age of data, technology, and it's not difficult.
Certainly do.
And it's not difficult. So all I would ask is at this point, and I'm running out of time.
May I interrupt? What is
Sure.
what is not difficult? Just that I understand you correctly.
No, it's not difficult that this scenario could happen. Because if you're asked, look, on a simple case,
Yeah.
if I've delivered 6, and I work Bank of America, Royal Bank of Canada, Formula One, all these places, right? And I can't get the evidence out because the only place I'm able to get Wi-Fi is Starbucks. So I've now been attacked in a Starbucks in Luxembourg, Düsseldorf, Cologne. 400 USBs were stolen because it's the only place I can get Wi-Fi. If I go to Bielefeld, Düsseldorf, or any public library, my Wi-Fi is instantly blocked, and therefore I can't get the data out. And it's a harassment of the mind, and I'm on stress medication.
Okay.
When I was in the Starbucks, I had 2 strips of medication. Why would someone just steal one that has no relevance to them?
I don't know, but just to get to the point, what do you want me to do?
I would like to raise it as an incident not isolated to your chef, because I wasn't even going to write you an email. I got too much to do.
Yeah.
But after what has just transpired over the last 24 hours, then yes, I would like to escalate it to your manager.
Okay, I can ask her if she has the time.
Oh no, what I'm saying is I want to send an email. I don't have very time to, well, she's not here, is she?
Not at the moment. No.
Right. So all I would say is the email address, and I would just like to dialogue exactly what happened.
Okay.
Because I'm literally getting on a train and leaving Stuttgart now. I don't feel safe.
So you just want the email address, the contact address of
yes,
my
sir.
superior.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's no problem at all. Okay. No, that's the wrong one.
Let's see if I can write it down. It's just one last thing I'll tell you, and I don't really need to tell you. If you're talking about conspiracy, if I'm an IT manager that's delivered $6 billion, right,
Yeah.
and I can show you my resume, I'm from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the first person in history to come to Germany under Asur.
If you're coming from Canada,
That's a little unusual, right?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm about as high profile as you can get. So what I'm saying is, when you said the word conspiracy, my story is now so bad that if it got out, heads would roll. That was 100% done on purpose. How many people do you know? And that whole political thing that I got involved in had nothing to do with me. I was forced into coming to Germany from Canada for political assault in Schweinfurt. We're escalating it to a slightly different level. And where they always attack me is in public places, a Deutsche Bahn, a library. Because if someone attacks me, and in this day and age of martial law or terrorism or whatever, if someone attacks me and I have a cut jacket and my hair is all disheveled, it's very easy to then make it look like, oh, he's causing trouble. That's how they're getting me.
Just out of interest,
Yes, sir.
may I ask, if you're coming here from Canada on political assault, has assault been approved?
Well, they given, your whole refugee crisis was a fraud. There was no refugee crisis. They brought me here, took a whole bunch of information from 7 Fortune 100 companies, including Castro. This comes from SAP Independence. I have 2 passports.
They made me out to be some William Wallace type character in Canada. I got chased all around Canada purely because I was getting too good at my job too quickly, was building a nice life, and I started getting attacked in Canada, in bathrooms, in Starbucks, in libraries, and I had no idea what was going on. The church basically sent me back to Scotland, where I was tortured in Falkirk, that I'm not Canadian, I never worked in IT, and I never graduated Leeds Metropolitan University. German Anonymous flew me to Düsseldorf. I went to Schweinfurt. They gave me an asylum number. Nothing ever happened. That's when I worked for Sky and all that happened. That's when I worked for SAP and all that happened. And all I wanted was my money, give me my life back, and I have nothing to do with this political thing, and they are drilling me. So the people who are drilling me is the authorities, the local governments. They won't pay me. Hence, I've now had to go all the way to Strasbourg, where they basically stipulated you're in one of the most horrendous situations in the world. And I've committed no crime to nothing, right? I've been in Germany 4 years, not dated anyone, gone to no nightclub, nothing. As soon as I got back from Strasbourg to Bonn, my laptop, my passports, my information from the European Court was stolen. And I've had authorities come up to me and say, we know you're trapped and we can do what we want. Then I get stuff like this, which is to completely harass my sleep. He can't upload anything, and just to terrorize him, do perverted things in bathrooms. That's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah, but if you're Canadian,
they stole my home. I can't go home.
What do you mean they stole your home?
Once they had scapegoated me into this Snowden type character, and that's what your government says, not mine. I was sat at my RBC desk. I had no idea what was going on. A psychologist drugged me, hacked all my social media. I then got sent back to Scotland, and essentially Scotland had sold me as some kind of terrorist, and then I got flown from Edinburgh to Düsseldorf and was sent to Schweinfurt. So Sky and SAP knew all that, and it's only because I was living a beautiful life in Canada, and now I've been beaten by police here, broken ribs, about over 200 times.
Okay.
And just to give you the last thing, because they froze all my Commerce Bank, it's illegal to close a bank account, right? And they did it 1 week before I was supposed to go to the Arbeitsgericht. My best friend here, who's German, is in St. Augustine in Bonn. That's where they stole my passports. I went to Duisdorf police station. I'm as squeaky clean as you can get. They put me in a police car, took me to Sigborg prison, tortured me for 2 months, and said, shut the fuck up, Brexit bitch, you're going home. So I have 2 passports, and they've manufactured, that Scottish independence was fake. It was purely for money, scapegoat people, and reconstruct Edinburgh. And the refugee crisis here is exactly the same thing. So when we're talking about conspiracy,
yeah.
If that got out, we're talking freaking huge. So I'm now in Starbucks twittering Trump for help. I'm at that level. So as tiny and minuscule as that little act that he did, is to terrorize me so I give up.
Okay. So let's get back to
how can I make that story up?
Yeah. So that's not for me to
right.
answer. So the email address of my superior would be.
It would just be nice to be left in peace. That's why I came to this library.
Sure.
And I had to leave after 5 minutes. And if I tell you there's a conspiracy of attacking me in bathrooms and public places, it sounds absurd, right? It sounds absurd. But that's the whole point. If it's so absurd, then no one will believe you.
This is your email address?
Yeah.
elke.brun, UE, at Stuttgart.
Okay.
And
She's a doctor.
yes, actually, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a random one. And then I'm just about to go.
Sorry?
A complete random statement of one of the biggest legal battles I have in Germany is against the arts canon.
She's not a medical doctor, not that kind.